We also go back to Parktown now, where several bodies of the Usindiso building fire remain unclaimed, and this is nearly a year after tragedy struck. 76 people died in the blaze, more than 500 others were left homeless. A family from Lesotho has travelled to South Africa to identify the body of their loved one. Newzroom Afrika's Ziniko Mhlaba is there and joins us now. Ziniko, good morning. You were hoping to make contact directly with the families and to talk to them. Just share with us the latest on that and their journey towards the retrieval of the body of their loved one.
That's right, Iman. We managed to meet with the family. They are with us now here in Parktown, Johannesburg. And of course, if my colleague Lesotho can give us the visuals of the family members who are with us in this particular room. And of course, we see the sister there, and of course, the mother who are sitting on the couch with us, and the rest of the colleagues from the media and representative of the non-profit organizations who have been at the forefront of trying to assist this family. And now we'll be speaking to a family representative who's going to give us, their own experience throughout this journey. And of course, as we understand that, the tragedy took place in 2023 in August, and up until to this day, there are family members that are still trying to access the bodies of their loved one. And of course, I'm joined now by Tabile Pafude, who's the family representative, who's going to share with us. Tabile, if you can share with us the journey of the family since that tragedy. Talk to us about the various steps you have taken as a family to ensure that you are able to get through to the authorities so that we're able to have access to the bodies of your loved one. When did it all start, looking at August 2023?
Well, honestly, it started the day we got here after the fire, the 2nd of September. There were still police at the scene, and they were helpful. They gave us contact details, told us to report by the mortuary, told us that anything that we can do to identify the deceased will be very helpful. Now, this is September 2023, and we figured, hey, if the police are telling us, show up to the mortuary, leave DNA samples, we'll take DNA tests, you'll have your family members. We thought by the end of the year, maybe by the end of the month, we'll have something, some sort of solace, some sort of consolation as to how this whole thing was going to go. But that was not the case, not even close. Mind you, this person that we've lost, these people that we've lost, but especially the mother, she was the head of the family in a sense, So she was somebody that we all looked up to. So imagine somebody that you're looking up to now needing you in the worst of tragedies and having officials, police officials, people that are supposed to serve the people, not serve you, treat you as if you are a street urchin, if not worse. It's been a horrible journey, emotionally taxing, financially taxing, the constant traveling back and forth. I myself suffered from bouts of depression earlier this year just because of how unconcluded this case is. It's horrendous. Yeah. That it hasn't been easy for us. The back and forth, the heartbreak. Yes, sir.
I mean, talk to us about the DNA testing process. When and how did those processes go? And of course, as a family, you were requested to provide DNA samples. How have those things gone for you? Have you received any feedback in terms of whether the results are positive or not?
Well, seeing as to how this whole thing happened August, early September, we gave my mother, being the direct sister to the deceased, she came here, she gave a DNA sample, and they said to us, well, we'll get back to you. They only got back to us late January 2024. And they didn't even come back to us with a positive nor negative result. All they said was, hey, it seems like the DNA is not strong enough. How about you come to Bloemfontein and bring somebody with an even stronger genetic bond? That's when we brought the deceased's mother.
So that was the second time around you guys are doing a DNA testing process?
When they called us to Bloemfontein, yes, sir, that was the second time. And since February, which is when the second DNA test happened, we've gotten no response, not really. No positive, no negative, just left us in the lurch, left us out to dry, and it's just been an ongoing battle. Hence, I'm here.
So who did the sample, who provided the sample for the Bloemfontein testing? Was it still the same person who did the initial test?
No, the person who provided the DNA sample for the second test was the mother, the deceased's mother, somebody who gave birth to her. And still, with that, we got no answer. We got no reciprocation of any kind. Yes, sir.
Talk to us about how the family is doing now. I understand, that the mother is also here in Joburg. Actually, she's with us in the room, and the sister as well. How's the family doing? How has this journey been for you as a family, emotionally, financially, as you alluded earlier on? How are you guys doing?
Oh no, it's been horrible, but we won't show the cracks. We don't crack under pressure. We will soldier on until the fight is won, and then only once we've won the fight will we say it hurts. I am scarred, but not a moment before. Not a moment before victory will we say to the people that have now presented themselves as our enemies. Never will we say that you have injured us or you have hurt us. Yes, we are hurt deeply, deeply, deeply. Do not let this facade fool you. I am breaking down inside, but I will not give up. Not even close.
How was the mother? Because I understand one of the deceased was someone so close to you to an extent you regarded her as a mother. How was she as a person? How did you relate to her? But also your cousin, who's also, one of the people who lost their lives. How were they in terms of personally, just away from the stats, from the numbers, from the official process? How were they personally?
Well, if you take away the tragedy, they were superstars. They were amazing people. They were people's people. You could not find a person anywhere who had something against my aunt. She was a superstar. She was an intelligent lady. She was always ahead of the curve. She knew things before things were things. She was just amazing. And she guided me, my mother, the entire family in times of darkness. And her daughter, the apple didn't fall too far from the tree. She worked. She was an excellent student. She was a bubbling young personality, a pretty young Mosotho Zulu girl. She was just amazing. I don't think there's anything else to say besides that. They were amazing people. And, God always picks the prettiest flowers for his garden.
Talk to us about the latest update now. Where are we stuck between the family and the authorities in terms of you being here in Joburg for another moment, for another period, having spent your monies and having spent and traveled with the elderly, the mother who's here? What's the latest now? What's the stumbling block from what the officials have told the family?
Well, to give you some background, we were here actually 3 weeks ago in an effort to inquire what's going on. You guys have not responded. It has been months now. What's going on? And the officials said to us, well, we still yet to connect the mother and the daughter via the DNA. And we were like, why do you need to connect them via the DNA? And they said, well, no, it's a case for us. It's an us thing whereby we can't release the bodies to you because now if it just so happens that you were wrong, then we're implicated. So what's actually happening is that the officials are covering their own backsides, making sure that they don't end up in the hot seat, which seems unfair because they've had 300 plus days to do this whole thing. But so right now the stumbling block is DNA testing. We've provided samples. We've gone up and down this whole Free State, South Africa, in pursuit of these officials to do the DNA testing till this day.
Wait, I'm a bit lost now. So you're saying the sister to the deceased provided the DNA sample. The mother to the deceased provided a DNA sample, but there are still issues of verifying whether, the results are accurate or not. Is that the case?
Yes, sir, that is exactly the case. Both mother and sister provided DNA samples, but still officials are yet to say, well, we have found your family members through DNA. Here they are. You may collect them.
I mean, talk to us if you can. Talk to us about the state of the deceased in terms of their bodies. Maybe it might be the case of maybe the bodies are not maybe in a good condition that can actually give authorities good enough samples to verify. How is the state of the bodies themselves in regard to this issue of DNA testing samples?
The bodies are in a deteriorated state, but not so much so that you can say you cannot grab a tissue sample, be it skin, be it hair. Both are still very much available, still ample of that on the body. Yes, it has been close to a year. Yes, the bodies are going to deteriorate, but they are still in a good enough state. If we are still able to arrive and say, well, these are deceased, then it's clearly still in a good enough state for officials to arrive and extract DNA samples. So the condition of the body is not the problem. Okay. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you there. That's a family representative, the Iman, just giving us background of their journey, especially when it comes to trying to have access to the bodies of their loved ones. A very, very tragic and very painful story. I cannot imagine it myself. Only the family can feel the pain, and of course the pain cannot be felt by anyone else besides them as the family members. We understand that now, and I think at this case we'll have to reach out to the authorities themselves so that they give us some information that respond to some of the questions that remain unanswered, especially from the perspective of the family and of course ourselves as media. I think we have some questions we would like the authorities to also answer to in regards to the issue of the DNA backlog and how that process has been since 2023. We are in 2024 now, almost a month later. So that's the latest from us here. Iman, it's back to you for now.
Ziniko, Mhlaba, thank you very much for that. A story we'll continue to watch.